try this again with feeling. Is this even charged? Oh my, there we go. Hi, my name's Dave. I'm also known as InfectedFlinch, and yeah, I'm driving home. It's been a long while since we all spoke, and yeah, there might be a lot of extensive editing on this because I'm having to do multiple things at once. Yeah, so the last time you saw me properly, I was essentially, I hope this isn't going to rattle too much, but essentially the last time you saw me I was quitting YouTube for a while. So it's still effectively, you know, me just giving you an update to know where I am. I am boiling, I'm sweating like a bitch. So yeah, just a little update. So it's been December. It was December last time you properly saw me, and yeah, I had a lot of plans. I had a lot of things planned. I had a lot of ideas. I had a lot of things I wanted to do, and none of it happened. Pretty much. I was trying to start my own company. I was trying to basically get funding for it. I had this great game idea I wanted to push forward. I was trying to essentially make it happen, and it didn't. Essentially what happened. So I went to this funding meeting thing. I looked through all the research, but then I found out in the last moments of it all, I had to have a game that was already released and people had paid for, so they could actually physically see numbers, and I just didn't have it. I just couldn't. Some people had managed to fudge that. I'd heard that basically they'd released a game, like a crap game, in a week, and they'd managed to make some numbers up so they could get the funding, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't physically make a game that represented what I wanted to do in a short amount of time and sell it. So yeah, what happened was I ended up pretty much looking for work for 9 months, and I went through over 100 applications, ranging from, I tried not to go into call centre work, but I was getting desperate towards the end. I went for QA jobs, I went for designer jobs, I've signed up with agencies and stuff, and it wasn't fun. Let's put it that way. It wasn't one of the best times of my life. Let's say that. But I will say to anybody that wants to go into games design, because there's a point towards this end of this video, because I did end up getting a job in the end, and I'm a junior designer now. But it just took a very long time to get there. But I'm working at a place called Just Add Water. They did the new and tasty Abe's Odyssey game, and it's based in Leeds, and I've been there coming up to a month now, and it's awesome. It's the job I always wanted. It's everything I've always wanted to do, so I got no complaints at all. But it was stressful, to say the least. My attitude changed. I got very callous, I got very bitter, I just gave up. My job seekers ran out, and because my girlfriend earned so much more money, well, she didn't earn that much, she only earned like 16 grand a year, they decided, job seekers, I weren't going to get any more money. So it was game over basically. I had to take a job whether I liked it or not, which wasn't fun. But yeah, going back to the original topic, I had all these great ideas, I was trying to get funding, it didn't pan out the way I wanted. I had a lot of people say like, oh, you're great because you've won all these awards and everything, and they just dried up, nothing happened from it. Because designers are worth 10 a penny, I felt. That was the idea I was getting across from a lot of people. And yeah, it got pretty bad. I was pretty much a wreck, and yeah. And the reason why I'm in my car right now is the office is it's been shut down pretty much because there's been a massive power cut. So I thought, well, why not? I'll buy a cheapo like little tripod and just waffle for a bit, waffle. But yeah, it's based in Leeds. It's an awesome job. The people are really nice that work there. For someone who's been in crappy jobs for fucking years, and then finally I get the thing I've always wanted, it's a big, really big culture shock. And having creative freedom to a point, which is amazing. But most of the job I'm doing right now is just level design. But yeah, it's great, love it. It's what I've always wanted to do, so I've got in. But it was weird because like every job interview I went for, and if you're watching this because you like, you know, you're wanting to get in yourselves, you have to get very thick-skinned very quickly, and you've got to really stick to your guns. If you know you're good at what you do, you've really got to say to yourself, I want this. I'm prepared to break myself and everyone around me to get it. It's very selfish, but it's really hard. It's really hard to get in nowadays. And I went to this job interview at Joe, and I genuinely thought, because I kept on talking to the guy in charge, I was like, you know, are there any updates? And he basically said, no, you haven't got it. So I was gutted. I was like, oh, fair enough. And then he said, but I'll call you later. It was quite ominous the way he said it, but I'll call you later. So I was like, oh, all right then. He rang me later in the afternoon and said, we want you to be a third guy. You can be temporary for 4 months, but you might be going permanent. So I was like, oh, all right then. That's absolutely fine. I'll take that job. And yeah, here I am. Can't say what I'm working on, but it's weird actually, because I'm actually doing 2 jobs at once at the moment. I'm doing another job for a bunch called Atomicop as well. So yeah, I'm pretty busy. I'm pretty busy at the moment. But I would say you're going to get knocked back a lot if you're going to try and get into the games industry, and a lot of the time I found was not because of my skill. It was purely down to the fact that I didn't have any experience. So I could have had everything, all the trophies, everything, all the best marks, everything. But the fact that I had no experience whatsoever, they wouldn't let me in. They just, every time I got hit in the face, even for junior roles, they'd always want experience. So I was very lucky. I was very lucky in the end. Now I've got experience under my belt. It's kind of like, yeah, I can, you know, I'm all right now. But it's hard. It's very hard. It's very difficult. And I'm finding out as well that if you're friendly to people, they'll be friendly back. So don't act like a dick. And job seekers were like saying, you know, you need to take a job. Then they refused to stop paying me, and I couldn't get any more from them. So I was like, oh, all right then. So yeah, it was a rough time. It was a very rough time, and the one thing I started to worry was that the love of what I was doing started to wane from me, and that scared me. That was when it got scary. When I thought that everything I loved and cared about in terms of video games and retro gaming and everything else started to fade away from me. And yeah, it's if you are going to go into something that is your hobby and you can't get into it quick enough, it does start to really hurt you in a lot of ways. And you get a lot of fatigue from it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much my life. I mean my entire life kind of went on hold, and I got really fed up and tired of everything, and I realized like that I found myself just kind of laying down a lot and refusing to get out of bed, and I just didn't want to interact with people. I didn't want to talk. I found myself just kind of going into a shell, and it wasn't, I mean, that's what unemployment does to you. It's kind of nice at first where you kind of get a bit of free time, and then it's like there's too much free time and and you kind of get left in your own head, and because you get left in there, you start to think, I'm not really good at what I do, and all this, that and the other. And that's something else I'd say if you were trying to get a job in something you loved and it took a while. Don't listen to your thoughts, just don't do it. Just try to stay creative. Because the other thing as well, I had two things that I was trying to get off the floor. One of them was another monitor spin-off, which has been put on hold because I'm doing two jobs at once now. And the other one was the one I was trying to get the funding for. And in the end, I just didn't want to do either of them because literally, I think I did go through depression. It was atrocious. It was horrible. But yeah, I found myself just like being on Facebook all day, just doing this with my finger on my phone, or going into WhatsApp. And in the end, I mean, like, I found myself I had to delete certain social media platforms. I had to kind of just take a cull, because I found myself like being in WhatsApp groups and stuff and just thinking, I don't fucking care about anything that's been said. I just don't give a fuck. And I just deleted it. I wasn't annoyed with anybody in there. I was just fed up. I was just fed up with people. That's the kind of thing it did to me over the last 9 months. It was tough. It was very tough. And my mom was on there bugging me to try and find a job, so it ended up just like, no, this is going, deleting it. So I never went back to WhatsApp. Twitter, I got rid of Twitter because I just thought, well, this is a useless sack of shit. It's just a very toxic environment, get rid. I got rid of that. Yeah, I just had a big, huge social cull, platform media cull. I like the word cull. So yeah, I mean, it's just been a very higgledy-piggledy 9 months. It's been weird, and then all of a sudden I got 2 jobs at once, and I have to do an hour-half commute every day. So yeah, that's always fun. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know where I've been. It's been a weird 9 months, but I do kind of miss doing the nostalgia trip stuff and, you know, messing about, doing videos. I do miss it, but then I feel like I've moved on, so I'd come back once in a while just to let you know I'm still alive. Yeah, I got new hair. I don't know what's happening with my hair at the minute. It's just doing what it wants. What else? What else have I got to tell you? What else? I noticed that Russ Newton did a video like this, and I just felt like, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to rip him off. You know, copyright claim me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to try and get back to more retro events and stuff, and get back into the swing of actually having a social. Because that's the other thing I found. By being unemployed, it made me feel like I couldn't go out. I know that sounds bizarre. It was almost like I can't go outside. I can't have a life anymore. It was weird. It was horrible. I don't wish for people to be unemployed for that long. It's a horrible situation where you want to survive, you want to live a little, but you can't really do it. It's fucking shit. It is the biggest bag of shit being unemployed, especially when you're trying really hard every day looking for jobs. So yeah, there's that. What else? This is going to do some extensive editing. I'm sorry it's in a vertical thing. I could have twisted it round and made it. I should do it all again. Whoa! Nearly got hit by a car. What a cockhead. Hope you die in a car crash, but not me. Anyway, comment, like and subscribe as you normally do. I think I've said everything I want to say. I am alive, I'm not dead, you know, I'm A-okay. I think I might do this video again, because it sucked. Anyway, bye.
penis!